Hi, and welcome to Rabbit and Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I'll be doing a general read. Now, apologies for those who are already following my channel, my luminaries. Life has just been lifing, and that's all I can really say. Not to get too into it, but Mercury retrograde did a number on me. So let's just go ahead and get into a reading to tap back into where you all are at. So I'm going to go ahead and ring a bell to help bring in and clear the energies. I'm asking that the spirits and the guides that I work with to step forward and to be present during this reading. I don't know how this reading is going to take shape, but what I'm going to do is pick two cards for sort of the overall energy, and then pick two what I call character or archetype cards as to what you might be embodying at this point. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Let's pull two. I'm hearing bottom of the deck and split. Okay. So we have ecstasy and emotions. Those are some real spicy cards. Now, ecstasy doesn't always have to mean in like a carnal sense, but it does mean a sense of fulfillment, a sense of bliss, and through emotions. Now, I'll say this right away. I'm getting the inclination that the collective that I'm tapping into right now, these particular luminaries, maybe have a hard time expressing emotions. And that's not because you don't feel them, obviously, but it's because maybe you've always had your emotions a little bit guarded, a little bit close to your chest, like keeping your cards close to your chest. No pun intended, considering these are cards, but I'm going to go ahead and put those here and here. So we have ecstasy and emotions. So let's see the archetype that you might be embodying at this point. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pick from this. It's called the Character Oracle, but I like to think of it as like an archetype deck. So it volunteered itself. So let's see. The Genius, bearer of gifts, extraordinary, intellect is what it said, not intelligent, but yes, intelligent, innovative mind, and exceptional ability. Okay, so here's the thing. With genius, people often associate really impressive and profound intellect with sword energy or air energy, with logic. So I can see how the collective that I'm tapping into tends to, and this is, if this is not you, then this is not your reading, but this is for the collective that may have find it hard to really express what they're feeling, maybe through the shame or fear, or like you're censoring yourself because you were praised for your logic or your strategy, maybe your ability to assess a situation, and not necessarily, what I heard was not necessarily rely on your emotions, but though your emotions are deep. And I'm getting a very particular channel that when you have shown emotion, it is like a floodgate. And sometimes people can't or don't know how to hold space for such pure and such raw emotion. And this is why I feel like the collective that I'm tapping into right now is a bit of a wonderkin, whether it be in IT technology, in the culinary arts, construction, be it whatever it is. You are sort of a wonderkin. Like, people look to you for guidance, for your logic, through your intellect, to your wisdom. But when you express emotions, it's not that people aren't used to it. It's like, because you are such a solid person, a rock. Oh, I said a rock, so you could be an earth sign. Because you are so steady and so grounded, that to see you feel so profoundly and so deeply, it might make people a little bit nervous. So this energy is about those who are very intellectual and then also have a hard time really wanting or being able to express emotions. Now let's go ahead and get some cards as to what we might be dealing with that energy. I'm hearing grounded. I'm hearing stable. So again, I'm feeling earth sign energy. Interesting. I'm seeing earth sign energy. I'm hearing earth sign energy, but at the same time, I'm seeing like two mountains creating a valley, and in between, there's a body of water. Okay. Can you give me some clarification, Spirit? What do we have? What do we have for the collective? Oh, that wanted to pop out. Nope, keep going. It says, okay. So then we have the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Cups. Isn't that funny that I brought up Swords energy, and the card that comes out is the Ace of Swords. You live your life by a metric of truth. And this is, of course, everybody likes to live at least tries to live an authentic life, depending on our situation and, what surrounds us. We try our best to live our most authentic life. But you, collective, my beautiful luminary, you go to great pains to make sure that you show up in the most authentic way possible. I'm hearing I don't want to have any room for misunderstanding. So there's an approach with logic. But then we have 10 of Cups here. Again, for me, this is kind of confirming the fact that while you live by logic with intellect, you likely are a fairly good communicator. At the same time, there's this underlying energy of wanting emotional fulfillment. And I'm getting the inclination. I just heard you don't feel like you're receiving it. Or like, hold on, you don't feel like you're receiving it? Or I just heard a dry spell? Okay. What else can you tell me about this energy? We've got the Oracle card Rabbit Run. Okay. This embodies what I believe rabbits kind of embody. They are intuitive. They rely on instinct. But they're sort of easily startled. And so when I look at this, I think, all right, so this collective feels incredibly deep. Like where everyone else might be existing at like a parking lot puddle level, you have this feeling of like an ocean. I'm talking Mariana Trench. You have such deep emotions, but they're all kind of locked behind this gate or this filter of living through logic. And that's not a dig. That's just what I see. You're so used to operating through logic, and it's a little bit hard or uncomfortable for you to move forward with emotion. You do feel deep, but when emotions come up, there's a little bit of this kind of rabbit energy where you like go phew, and you run to your burrow. You go to your safe space, whether it be, I just heard, okay, when something emotional happens, you bury yourself in your work or some project you may do. So maybe something emotional comes up, you pick up extra hours at work. You decide you're going to try to make that 4-star culinary 5-course meal masterpiece that you've always dreamed about. Maybe you're a sculptor. Maybe you're a gardener. But whatever it is, your emotions are translated through your hands, through working. And again, I'm getting very strong earth energy. It's how you deal with your emotions is through your hands, through literally working with the earth or working with a skill. But it's not necessarily talking about it. Let's keep going. Oh, all right. 6 of Swords. This is about making progress. So you are definitely trying. Now, if you look at this card, those are nighttime waters. Now, with the 6 of Swords, it's generally same kind of depiction, but it's during the day. And it's, crossing to a landmass that you can see. But with this card, it's nighttime waters, and there is no land in sight. So this tells me that You are trying. You're really trying to get better at communicating your wants, needs, and your desires in whatever way, shape, or form. Work, relationships, friendships, family. But I'm hearing you're unsure of the progress that you've made, and then I'm hearing journaling. So maybe you've considered journaling or you have already started journaling, but I do believe that is a great metric for figuring out how far you've come, because if you started journaling this time last year about your journey of, okay, I do still want to honor and uphold my want and need to live authentically and in my truth with logic and wisdom. That is 100% a wonderful thing. But at the same time, let's not discount our emotions. Let's not just shove it in the closet and close the door, because I'm seeing in those moments when you allow emotion to come through, it's like the proverbial cartoon closet where you open the closet and everything falls out, and at the very end a bowling ball falls out from the top someplace and knocks you in the noggin. You don't want your emotions to come in so fast and so hard that it overwhelms you or it drowns you. But you do want to give it the respect that it's owed. So you're definitely trying. And there is growth, there is momentum, there is movement, there is progress. If you've journaled, look back last year this time and see where you were at then and where you're at now. But if you've not started journaling, perhaps that's something you want to think about. It does literally give you a metric by looking at what you wrote and how you wrote and in the tone that you wrote. You can see where you were then and where you are now. You can see actual progress. Okay, let's get one more card. Tell me more about... Oh, yes. We've got Magician energy. You absolutely can do this. You absolutely can do this, and you will do this. It may seem a little bit distant. It may feel like you're not sure where the path is going, where the end is. Maybe you don't even see a finish line yet, but that shouldn't be your focus. Yes, sometimes keeping your eye on the prize is what motivates us to go, but it's something about the process, walking those steps, feeling the earth beneath your feet, really feeling the texture of the soil and the rock and the grass and the trees, smelling the air, feeling the sun on your back, the cool of the breeze. It's about the journey and how you get there. You can do this. I am going to get an oracle card to close out this reading. I'm just trying to figure out which one to use. So give me a minute while I decide. Okay, I'm going to go with the Dark Moon Oracle. So let's see what we've got. What is a message that Spirit wants to tell the collective? My beautiful luminaries, I'm hearing real strong earth signs. So that one on top really stuck with my hand. Agency. Let's put that in there. What a beautiful card. Now, there's a part of me that really does want to interpret this through my intuition, but you know what? I'm really being called to just read the book as it is, but I will give you this. When I see agency, I see the numbers 4 and 6 because it's the 46th card. And so to me, that is the energy of the Emperor and the energy of the Lovers, 4 and 6. And then together we have a 10. That is the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Emperor, we have the Lovers, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Agency, the Wheel of Fortune, 4, 6 is 10. We have a circle. I'm seeing progress. I'm seeing self-actualization. I'm seeing self-mastery. I'm seeing self-empowerment. That's my intuitive hit for that. But let's read it from Yasmin Bullen. That's where it's from. So let's see. Okay, so 46. This card represents the energy of when the dark moon slips from Capricorn ahead of the new moon in Aquarius. Interesting. Okay, I was talking about earth signs and I talked about logic and wisdom, and this is air sign energy. So a little bit of a confirmation there. You may feel a little trapped in your current situation, but don't give up. You need to take charge. You have agency, not control, but rather to guide and steer. If you've been trying too hard to control everything, this card comes up to remind you to release your grip. You are far less stuck than you think you are. Liberation lies ahead for those who are willing to claim it. Now it is time to tune into the energies of the dark moon. So work out when the next one is going to be. Remember, it comes pretty much the day before the new moon. You're going to start to feel the rebirth of your power as soon as you're ready to move out of fear. You've been through enough now you've been through enough now to know that you're ready to take that step forward. There's a sense that your life is about to open up in ways you perhaps didn't think were possible. You have the power to influence and direct your own life. Walk away from the fear towards something very different. You have the agency to do it. So that, I think, is a beautiful closing to this reading. I am trying this thing where I am reading the messages as they come through. So I don't have a set schedule. I'm trying to honor, I'm trying to hear the truth as it comes in, the channels, but I'm also trying to honor my own light and protect my own energy, because I do have things outside of here, like work and relationships and things like that, to maintain friendships, family, that sort of thing. And I'm also trying to keep the readings a little bit more brief, because I realized before I was reading for 40 minutes or so, and sometimes not everyone has that amount of time to commit to a reading, and sometimes you just want to get to the nitty gritty. So this is what I'm going to be doing from now on. In the future, if there is a want or a need for longer readings, I will resume doing that. But for right now, this is the reading for today, April 10th, Friday. And everyone, good luck out there with the fire energy of April. This is Rabbit and Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I will see you at the next reading.